everyone. This is the second video, craft video that will go along with Jizgoko, the Robin legend that we got from our friends in the Oneida Nation up near Syracuse. And in the first video, I showed you how to make these birds, and I still haven't finished mine, but if you want to look at that, that's also here on our Facebook page. And I'm going to show you fairly quickly how you can do a different kind of bird. All right, these are my two. These are just a little different. I don't know if they're harder or easier. It might look hard, but I'm going to show you quickly that it really isn't. So to do one of these, there were two different ways that I did it. And I actually found out that one seemed to me to be a little more simple than the other. So to make my bird, all I do is bend it over. And if you can hold on to the two ends, I'm going to tell you why in a minute. Don't join them together, which is what I did here. And I'm going to tell you why in a minute. So the first thing I did was I want to say this is halfway, or the across from my fingers, maybe a little before that, I just pinch to make the beak, okay? And then you can kind of let go of that and then make your shape of your bird. So you might want to push up a little for his head, and then it kind of goes straight down. Now, it's a simple shape, and most of the time, a simple shape is harder than an easy shape. So we have his head, and we just go down, and I bend a little here to make a tail. And then I'm going to just bend this forward towards myself, and that's going to be one of his legs, her legs. And then down here, we're going to bend a little, make his belly, her belly. And notice I'm using both hands to do this. And then bend over to make its other foot. Now you've got a bird shape. See that? So when I made this one, I actually I traced it and cut out the bird shape and then glued it on. And I found that a little difficult. It was a little tricky. If you wanted, well, I'll show you this one first. So I'm going to get a piece of old book paper. You'll get that in your packet. And then you're going to get glue, and you'll probably get a Q-tip or something, toothpick or something like that to put the glue on. You won't get one of these. Oops. And I just put it all along. Oops, I'm sorry about that. All along it on one side, not both sides. And I'm going to leave my little feet without glue on them. Okay, and then I just set it on the paper and push it. And this glue that we have here at the library, which is what you'll get in a little container, is really great. I tried to do this at home with Elmer's glue, and that did not work at all. So I'm just going to set it there and let it dry for a minute or two. And while it's there, you can play around with it to change it if you want to change it. You can. It's so easy to move around the pipe cleaners and make them into different shapes. So, like I said, you can play around with it. So I'm going to let that dry for a second. And I just want to show you, here's another bird shape that I made. And if you looked at the other video, I just used, well, you can't see it here. I used a circle and an oval to start out with my body. So I'll show you the other method I tried first, and it's actually a little more difficult. I'm just going to push this down again, make sure it's sticking. I put glue around the edge. Oops. of my bird. And then it's sort of, I guess you could call it a challenge. Let's see, where would I start? Because I want my feet. So I bent that over. And then actually I think I cut this one, so it's not probably gonna be long enough. And I did like start going around the shape. You gotta hold it to let it dry for a minute. So if you feel up to a challenge, you could make your bird shape first and then glue the pipe cleaner on. It's already changed, you know, the look of the bird. And this is a little messier, which is never that bad of a thing. But I think I cut this just earlier to use it for something else. So, so you can do it that way if you draw a bird and you really like it, opposed to trying the freestyle, I guess you want to call it, method of making it. And then he's going to have his little foot. So we're going to pretend that it's all done and he has 2 feet. Okay. So that's really messy, but I don't mind messy. So I'm going to pretend that's dry. It is almost dry already. And I'm going to cut. And, you know, after I cut it out, I can color it, which is what I did here. I just used colored pencils. Or you can use the other stuff that I gave you, like the more paper from the books, or these old catalog cards. If you want to use these to decorate them a little bit, kind of like mixing these 2 methods together. You could probably color it. Well, it's got to dry. If you try to color it when it's drying, then you're going to get glue on everything, and then that's very frustrating. So like we're pretending, you know, this was dry. I cut it out. I got my little legs. And then I'm going to let him, you know, completely dry. I'll color him, her, let it dry, make it pretty. Or, I don't know. I don't mind this. I might just put a little eyeball on there. I didn't bring my marker over, so I'd probably do it with a marker. And then you're going to get a stick, unless you have a beautiful stick at home. And the final thing is, because it's a little, you put a lot of glue on your stick. I don't know if this is going to work. Only because, I'm saying that because this isn't dry. So we'll see. This glue, though, is pretty amazing. So, and that's a little sloppy. But the idea is to glue, I can bend over his little feet, or her little feet, and then glue it on there. So hopefully when it dries, it will stand up. Right this minute, it's not going to. But I will post a picture of it standing. I hope it worked. Okay, so make some birds this week. Celebrate our beautiful book. Come borrow the book. Or get some reading material on James Audubon. We have some beautiful books about James Audubon too. All right, enjoy.